tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Miami Dolphins.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Taken at the goal line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Go! 70 Lions! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
Willis going to look to throw first play.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there right off the bat. 48 yards from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Panther 60.
Now Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
The Dolphins at 7-2 here on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
This goes out wide from Mixon.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
The Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Back to throw, Willis.
Looking right side, and it's complete to Watkins.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
13 more yards. That's another Dolphins 1st down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
On the return, Trey Tucker. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get this out to about the 40.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
He sets to fire deep. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there, and 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Josh Oliver from 3 yards out. And the Vikings take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A little joke. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk in the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. But it's going to be 2nd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it, because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him.
And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation.
2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Broncos. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Willis takes the snap. They're going for it. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Let's go now.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
play action. Now McCarthy. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson, 31 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Dolphins 7. Will Reichard the kickoff for the Vikings.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cost.
And got his man complete through the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there for Minnesota. 55 yards. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Let's go. 65.
Now McCarthy. They're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
But you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a second and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson.
A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14.
Dolphins 14.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will Get through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
18.
And CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time I think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Buffalo 18. Ready,
To throw, here's Willis. He's got Watkins on the out route. Now a 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Vikings 34-yard line.
Here's Willis. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
1st and 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Ready.
Nixon will score. Touchdown, Miami. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Let's go now. Hurt. Riggs. Go street. Hey, smash. Hurt.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On play action, McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. On second and goal, they give it to him again. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before break. McCarthy. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Josh Oliver in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains.
Cougar 19.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. These offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air with McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop it. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
2nd and 10. Throwing again, McCarthy. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Looking to throw McCarthy. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's McCarthy. There's Hutchinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Dolphins 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here we go. Start. 18. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Willis. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jordan Watkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Dolphins 28.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and win successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
The try. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. With now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
42. Dolphins 28.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now he's going to step up and run. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Willis looks to pass it here. Here's a diving catch right side. Time for the 17 now. Here's a 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's Willis. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Willis looking to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Dragon 60.
Willis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They're going to stuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And they're one past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Back to throw. McCarthy. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Gets past one man. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Touchdown! A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. Willis will look to throw it. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Miami. 58 yards.
Buffalo 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Bobcats. 60 go.
Willis looking to throw it. And he'll they'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options and throws it away. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Ready?
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Count 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, 79, trap 6.
Now Willis to throw. Completes it to Douglas. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
At the 1-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready?
Willis to throw once more. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The 4th quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there. 44 yards. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. McCarthy going to look to throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Here we go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Dragon 60.
Back to throw, Willis. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Now Willis. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves.
Now Willis. This goes out wide from Mixon. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 3-yard line.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Tiger.
Willis wants to pass it again. Touchdown Dolphins. Joe Mixon with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Now Willis. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Vikings 57. Dolphins 42.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
7-yard line. It's a gain of 1 yard. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. And the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's go.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. And he is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
70 Lions.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have a Viking 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. Another